Alright guys, so in today's video we're going to talk about the Yak-Power switch system that I have set up on this Hobie Outback. And we're just going to start with the switch. I'm going to run through everything that I've got going on with it. So the main switch is right here. But to get power to that, I have my Yak-Power battery box. Did a video on this up front. And that's up in here, and all you gotta do is reach in here and flick that main power on. Then I'll have power to my switch right here. And we got my fish finder, which is the Garmin EchoMap 7.3 SV, I think. And then we have number 2, which is this little USB. Let's see if I can show you guys. It's this little USB. Instead of the Hobie through hole like you have on this side, I just made a little bracket out of ABS plastic and just put this little 2 USB adapter in there so I could charge my speaker, cameras, phone, whatever you want. And it's watertight and seals right up with that thing right there. And that is number 2. So, and then I have stern, and my stern is you can see this green blinking light. That is my power pole micro anchor, and it is the wired. I don't have the battery for it. I have 30 amp hour worth of battery in the Dakota Lithium, so it just doesn't make much sense. But right here in this back corner in this cubby is just like the perfect place to put one of these Yak-Power plugs, where I can plug in my power pole or my DIY stern light. I might add a second one to the other side so that I can run both at the same time. And you can also run it down through here if you want, if you don't have the room to run it through here. So you can just run it down through there and plugs right in. It's nice, it's out of the way, it's hidden when you don't have anything plugged into it. Doesn't get in the way of anything. And I really like it there. And plus right here, they use this bungee for the cart. I use the Boondocks landing gear. So instead, I coil up my line here and just use that to bungee that down so it stays in place right here and doesn't get tangled up on anything else. And as far as the B and M buttons, the bow and midship, don't have anything put on them just yet. Maybe some lights eventually down the road, but right now I don't really have anything planned for them. Everything's working fine the way it is. Now I'm going to show you guys the Yak-Power switch system right here on the inside. You got all your leads over here for your 1, 2, B, M, and S. You got your wire right here, goes to the actual switch itself, and this one runs to the battery box right there. So that's your main power, and then you have 5 leads that you can program or plug into whatever you want. I've had this Yak-Power system on like 3 or 4 different kayaks. It works great, especially if you have a Hobie with this bucket right here. You can basically do a non-drill system. You may have to drill one hole like I did in the back here, but other than that, it's a non-drill system because your fish finder is going to run through your through hole and everything's in the hole. And on this Hobie Outback, you can store the battery box on the inside of the hole and still have a bucket or a liner or whatever in here, so it doesn't take up any extra room. And with those being 3 Dakota Lithium batteries, it gives me 30 amp hours, and it doesn't weigh more than like 5-10 pounds tops with the box and everything, so it doesn't add that much weight to the front. Now if I was running like lead acid or something like that, it would be a lot more weight. It'd be around probably 20 pounds or so, maybe more. So at like 5 to 10 pounds, somewhere in that range, it really doesn't add a whole lot. And you can easily take this thing out by just flipping the switch. It kills everything. I can just press this down and pull it out. And I'll show you guys the setup I have inside the box. All right, so there you have it. You got 3 of these Dakota Lithium 10 amp hour batteries, 12 volt. And they're all working at the same time, so you get 30 amp hours. And another great thing about this is you can take this out when you're camping, and you can use the SAE plug to plug in anything. They have like cigarette lighter adapters. You can plug it in and use it for anything. Plus, you got 2 USB ports right there to charge your phone, whatever, your tablet, what have you, when you're out camping, and it's going to give you plenty of power for that. So it's dual use. And with this, instead of like one big Bieno power, which I looked at and they seem to be great batteries, I'm not bashing them at all, but with 3 of these, they fit perfectly in this battery. It's what it was, or this box, it's what that was made for. So fits perfect there. It gives you 30 amp hours. It's super light, and you have the flexibility of taking some of these out. You don't have to use all 3 slots on the box. So say later down the road you just want to use one and you have a bunch of different kayaks or whatever, you can break these out and use them separately. And then to install it, you just slide it back down in here. And just tuck that little piece of foam and yoga mat under there. The yoga mat's going to give that foam some grip so it doesn't slide. And this lip right here is going to keep it from sliding out unless you press down on it. And that's actually the foam that came in the box that you cut out to put your batteries in. So all in all, with that, with the switch, they do have a new one that has like, I think 8 outputs, and then you can Bluetooth it. And they do make an adapter for this where you can use like a remote. I think they have a new one too that's like a Bluetooth, and you can pair it to your phone and download their app and use it to control all your electronics and everything. But anyways, guys, that is my Yak-Power system on this 2019 Hobie Outback. Like I said, I've had this Yak-Power system on pretty much all my kayaks, and this is probably my favorite setup the way this is, with the switch in the bucket, with the battery box in the hole. So it's not above deck taking up storage space, it's in the hole. And this Outback has the perfect little space for it in the front hatch, way up in the nose, and it works absolutely perfect for that. But if you like this video, hit that like button. If you have any questions about this system, feel free to leave a comment below and I will answer it. Anyways, guys, I'm making a bunch of videos on the 2019 Hobie Outback, but I've got some things like the Boondocks Yak Rack back there, the Boondocks T-Bone, maybe the Boondocks landing gear, just some random reviews about fishing stuff that I've used on this kayak, and a lot of installs and how-tos on this kayak. So if you like those kind of videos, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.